and welcome to another episode. I know that it's been quite some time since the last time that I uploaded a video, but here I am back again, and this time I am coming with daily videos. So, in today's episode, we are going to be talking about CSS outline, but before we get started, as you already know, if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If this video is useful for you or for somebody else that you may know, don't forget to share it with them. And as well, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so to get started with CSS outline, I want you guys to go to the same website that we always use, which is w3schools.com. Go here and you're going to search for the CSS outline section. Now, as well, I want you to have open the last file that we have been working with since our last chapter. So I am going to open that up. I already have it here in this folder. So I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to open this with Visual Studio Code, as you already know. And we're going to be working with this, showing you some examples so that way you can apply it on your own. What is CSS outline? An outline, as it says here, and I am going to read this real quick, it's a line that it's drawn outside of the element's border, okay? So very simple. Same as the border is just a line that it's outside of that box, but it's actually outside of the border, as you can see here. Here's a clear example. As you can see, here's the content. We have some padding for this content. Then we have the border. Then we have the outline. Now, same as CSS borders with outline, you can style it. You can give it some color. You can play around with the width. You can go ahead and actually set it up as offset. So you can do all of that, same as the border. Take a look at this quick note here. It says that outlines differs from borders because unlike the border, the outline is drawn outside of the element's border and it may overlap the content. So pay close attention to that. The outline is not part of the element's dimension. So the element's total width and height will not be affected by the width of the outline. So in other words, we were talking previously about the box model. So as you may know, the outline is not going to affect the total width and height of the element. So let's take a look and see a couple of examples. Now, I am just going to show you the examples real quick because we already have played around when we were taking a look at CSS borders, and I'm going to leave the link of that video in the description below. But I am just going to show you some examples in how you can style your outline, how you can give it a little bit of width, color, how you can write the shorthand code for it, and how you can go ahead and even use the offset of it. So let's go ahead and get started with the style, okay? So here we have the outline style property, which is going to specify the style, same as in the border section, either if you want your outline to be dotted, dashed, solid, rich, inset, outset, however you want. So let's go ahead and just try out a couple of them here in our code. So let's go back here. In fact, let me open the folder itself where we've been working with this so far. Let's go to desktop and I'm going to select this folder here. That way I can open my CSS style. Okay, there we go. So here, as you can see, we have border 1 and border 2, as you can see here in the example of the web page. So you have a height example and a width example. This is what we did in our previous episode. We are going to give it an outline. Okay, so we have the border, as you can see, is black, solid, and is 2 pixels. Okay, so that's right now the border for the first example here. So let's go ahead and give it an outline. So to do that, we have to use the outline style property. Okay, so let's go ahead and type in. So outline style, and let's just have it dotted, just so you can see how it looks like. I'm going to save this. We're going to go back to our welcome page and I'm going to hit refresh. There you go. So now you see outside of the border section, you have a dotted outline. Now we can go ahead and actually play around with this. And let's play around with the second box here. We're going to give it an outline style. And we're gonna make it, let's make it double. Let's save this and let's hit refresh. Boom, as you can see, now the outline is double. So go ahead and play around with different type of styles that you can give to your outline. Moving on outlines, let's go ahead and talk about the outline width. So you can go ahead and see some examples of that. So as you know, on the CSS borders, we can give it a width of either a pixel, 2 pixels, whatever you want, so that the line, it's thick or it's not thick, it's thin, however you want to actually draw the line, right? So same thing for the CSS outline. So let's go back here and we are going to say, and for this, by the way, you're going to use the property outline width. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this right now. Let's use outline width, and let's go ahead and let's give it some measurement here. And by the way, I'm not going to explain how you can go ahead and actually give the width of it, because I already explained that on CSS borders, and I'm thinking that you're following this course along. If you haven't seen that yet, again, I'm going to leave the link of the CSS borders in the description below. Okay, so here I'm going to say that I want my outline width for all 4 sides of my outline to be, I don't know, let's make it 5 pixels, okay? And I'm going to save this, and this is going to be applied for border 2, so this one right here. I'm going to hit refresh now, and as you can see now, the outline, it's a little bit thicker. So let's go ahead and make this so you can see it 15 pixels. I'm going to save this and I'm going to refresh, and there you go. You see how thick it is? It's double and it's thick. Okay, now same thing, we're going to apply an outline width to the first one, and let's go ahead and let's just give it, I don't know, let's give 10 pixels to the first one. I'm going to hit save and then refresh, and boom, you see how horrible are those dots right there. And as you can see, as we were reading before here, this can overlap other content in our website because it's falling on top of the other outline from the box that we have below. So I'm going to put this as just, I don't know, 1 pixel only. I'm gonna save this and I'm gonna hit refresh. Yeah, so it's super, super, super tiny. You can barely see it there. I just zoom it in so you can see it better. Okay, so now you already see how to apply the outline width. Let's go and let's move to colors. Okay, we're going to go to outline color. So you can apply some colors. You can always use the same as in CSS borders. You can apply the color however you want, naming the specific color, which it'll be red, blue, or whatever you want. You can use the HEX, you can use RGB, you can use HSL, however you want to add your colors here. For this example, I'm simply going to use a simple color name. Okay, so the property simple is outline color. So let's go ahead and do that. So for the first outline, I am going to use the color, outline color, and we are going to have this be, so we're going to use this one right here, brown. Let's just use brown. Okay, let's hit save, going back here, and we're going to hit refresh. Now let's zoom it in. And actually, you know what? I'm going to make this, I'm going to make this 5 pixels, and I'm also going to make this one 5 pixels, just so it doesn't overlap and you can see the colors here. Okay, there you go. So see, 5 pixels, so now it's brown. And we're going to add a color to this one as well. So outline, color, and we want this to be, let's see, what color is this one? Red. Okay, so let's make it blue. So I'm going to set this up as blue, hit save, and hit refresh. So as you can see now, the outline color is blue. Very, very simple. And one last thing we want to do with the, well, not a last thing, but actually another thing we want to do with the outline color, with the CSS outline, will be to shorthand this, because we don't want to just type in much when we're coding. You're going to learn how to shorthand your code when you're doing this, right? To not say outline width or outline style, outline color. You can go ahead and abbreviate everything in a simple line of code. Okay, so according to this, the outline property is a shorthand property for setting the following individual properties. So width, style, and color can be shorthanded. So you apply the width, then you can go ahead and you can apply the style, and then you can apply the color. So that's the order. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's say that I want all this to be the same, and we're just going to change the color in this one. Let me see which one. This one is black. Okay, so we're going to make this one red, but we're going to shorthand write our code this time. So we simply say outline, right? And then we're going to type in here the thickness. So we're going to make it 5 pixels. Then we have to type in the style. In this case, we select dotted. So let's just select dashed this time. And here we're going to make it red. I'm going to delete all the 3 styles I have said before because we're shorthand writing this code. I'm going to save this, and you can go ahead and you can hit refresh now on your page, and boom, there you go. As you can see, now we have an outline red, and it has applied everything in just one line of code rather than me typing in outline style, outline width, outline colored. I shorthand write everything, and I can do the same thing with the second one. Try to do it yourself first and pause this video, but right now I'm gonna do it for you, and so you can see how it looks like. Just following the example, the previous example, right? We're going to say outline, and we are going to make this be also 5 pixels. We're going to make it, let's just make it solid, this one, and we're going to keep the color blue. And I am going to delete all of this. Okay, and I'm going to hit save, and now I'm going to hit refresh. Boom, there you go. Now it's solid. You see, it's not double. And that's how easy you can shorthand write your outline code. Now, I hope that so far you have understand everything that I've been explaining. If you haven't, make sure to leave your questions in the comment section below, and I will make sure to reply as soon as I can. So let's continue. So here we have one more thing that we want to talk about, and this is called CSS outline offset. Now, what is the outline offset property? Let's read. So the outline offset property adds a space between an outline and the edge of an element, or the border of an element. So it's the space between an element and its outline, and it should be transparent, in other words. So let's say, as an example, that I do not want this dashed outline to be close to my element's border, right? So the only thing we have to do is just say outline offset. Okay, and then we simply just set up how much space we want this to be from the border. So let's make it 5 pixels of distance. Okay, I'm gonna hit save, and I'm gonna hit refresh. Boom, you see? Now it's not like super close to the black line around, well, the black border around this box. Now it has 5 pixels of space, and we can do the same thing for the second one. We can go ahead and we can do an outline offset, and let's give it a space to this one of 2 pixels. Let's just not make it that much. I saved already the info, and I'm going to hit refresh, and boom, you see now there's a little space there, which is transparent. It doesn't have any color. It's just a space. If you want to give some space for the outline from the CSS border, okay? So that's all there really is for the CSS outline here. If you want to go ahead and actually check out more information here, you're free to visit w3schools.com and read a little bit, okay? Because always by reading is how you are going to learn how to go ahead and code a little bit better. And the key is always to practice. So that's it, everyone. That was it for this video today. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. And if you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. As well, if you find this video useful for you or for somebody else that you may know, don't forget to share it with them. Maybe you might be helping somebody else. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And remember that you can always ask Lixi. Bye, everyone, and see you again in the next episode.